Tonight, or whatever time of the day you dickheads are watching this, on This Week in the News. More Donald Trump news, babies need consent to have their nappies changed, and a satirical news publication known as The Shovel makes one of the stupidest statements I have ever seen in my entire life. Hello my friends, and welcome to This Week in the News. Hello, and welcome to This Week in the News for the month of May. I'm your 100% shitty shit poster, positively possive possum beater, insanely insensitive nan beater, and really shitty anchorman Steve-O, and this is Ted.
Oh, for fuck's sake, mate, it's Dave-O, alright? You've done the same shitty joke like 9 shitty times.
I mean, yeah, but it's a good joke.
No, it's fucking not.
And I guess I wouldn't be doing the joke if my bloody pizza got here, you know?
Yeah, where the fuck is my pizza?
Well, I guess this must be him. Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, I got a pizza here for Steve.
Oh, finally you brought the bloody pizza here. I thought I was gonna die. Now give me the pizza. Give me the pizza.
No, man, you still gotta pay.
You can't even feel the heat on the fucking box.
You gotta pay for it.
Why do you even fucking exist? You're a literal potato. Oh yeah, and I forgot. And this is Davo, the guy who edits this shit. And welcome to the show where we give you the latest of late news. Now let's get right into the news. For our first story of the week, recently American schools have decided to ban the term best friend. Who the fuck writes for this program? Oh wait, that's me, never mind. Anyway, a school located in Massachusetts recently banned the term best friend in a recent article published by The Independent. The article explains that a young girl who was attending a primary school came to her mum one day from school and cried because she couldn't call her friends best friends. Upon contacting the school explained the reasoning behind banning the term, and it basically was trying to be inclusive as possible to everyone at the school. And if she didn't call everyone her best friend, she couldn't call anyone her best friend. And also, you know, it's because people going to get their feelings hurt, alright? We here at Steve-O HQ contacted the school for a dickhead statement, and here's what they said.
Hello?
Yes, is it that school that banned the term best friend?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, is it true that the real reason you banned the term best friend is because you've never had any friends?
That's not true.
But seriously, if you're that guy who needs to ban the words best friend, you're the guy who didn't have any friends, alright? Who gives a shit about people's hurt feelings? And now for some political news. Recently, in the US Intelligence Committee found that there was no Russian meddling in the 2016 election. In an article published by the biased news network known as CNBC, the article said that Republican members of the committee found that there was no Russian tampering in the 2016 election, against the Democrats' wishes. The Democrats, still mad over that massive loss in the 2016 election, tried to keep the investigation going, even though there was literally nothing left to discover, but eventually had to let it go. Turns out the conversation went something like this. Yeah, I don't think Trump did nothing. But there ain't nothing left. Yeah, fuck you. Nah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you, sir. Nah, fuck you. No, don't say fuck you to him. Fuck you. No, fuck you. No, fuck you, sir. Oh, wait, that's more like Australia at the moment.
Donald J. Trump is now President of the United States. President Obama is the ex-president. And Mr. Trump, for the moment,
And in other news, turns out the ABC recently came under fire for calling Tony Abbott a destructive politician on Q&A. The controversial news panel show has always been under fire for the treatment of figures from the Australian political right and figures that don't agree with the show's main stance. But that went to another level when they called out Tony Abbott for being a destructive politician. Apparently these dickweeds forgot that Pauline Hanson still exists and were warned for their breach of conduct over at the ABC. This warning, however, did not sit well with fans of the show, with some fans making retarded statements like this.
The NBC has been censored for calling Tony Abbott the most destructive politician of his generation. The phrase should have read, the most destructive politician of any generation. The ABC has apologised for this error.
Now this is the most retarded tweet I have ever read in my entire life. Let's forget the guys who made the White Australia policy. Let's forget the guys who are responsible for the stolen generation, and call a guy who halted the NBN as the most destructive politician ever. And even though The Shovel is a satirical news website at heart, this is autism on a whole new other level. Alright? If you got someone who wants to post autism on Twitter, you got the right person for the job. Now onto some international news. It's been a crazy few weeks for the people of both North and South Korea. One week, the potato, Kim Jong-what's-his-face, says he's going to stop with the nuclear weapons and go into peace talks with the South, even though the fucking Korean War ended like 50 years ago. Then the next week, he doesn't want to go into peace talks because the US and South Korea did a routine army drill. Now, whilst this is bad, something hilarious came out of this whole debacle in the form of South Korean Prime Minister stating that Donald Trump should get a Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts in making peace between the two nations. In an article published by the ABC, apparently the Prime Minister thought that Donald Trump should get a prestigious award and the Nobel Peace Prize for his work between the two Korean nations. This led to stupid people once again stating their stupid opinions on Twitter. Snake Oil Demigod says, Donald Trump desperately wants a Nobel Peace Prize. Why? Because it would signify that he accomplished something that left a lasting legacy and the world a better place. Great grammar there. Nope, just because Obama has one, that's pretty petty. Hashtag Trump sucks. Now, who said that Trump wanted the award just because Obama had one? I mean, are you in the ear of the president 24/7? What a dickhead. And also, Obama got the Nobel Peace Prize for being black and being in a position of power. He didn't actually do anything, except low-key give weapons to terrorists. Roland's stupid name says, will Donald Trump get the Nobel for turning away women and children at the border? Only time will tell. No, dickhead. Alright, here's what's going to happen. He'll get the award for turning away illegal immigrants that are women and children at the border. Also, what happened to the fathers and the husbands that you would assume would be with these women and children? Maybe there's a reason why these children and women aren't being let in. You demonstrable dickhead. Glenn Marvin McLeod, the guy who has the same intelligence as a mentally handicapped tortoise without a shell, says, anyone who says the Nobel Peace Prize and Donald Trump in the same sentence needs to have their head examined. So if I say that he shouldn't get it, does that mean I still need to have my head examined? Alright, whatever works for you, mate. The moral of the story here is that stupid people are stupid, folks. I don't know if you need to know that, but that's just the moral of the story. And now in triggered news, a sex educator and feminist, Dean, I don't know how the fuck you pronounce that, Carson, came under fire for making some comments about babies. In an article published by News.com and in an interview conducted by the ABC, Dean Carson, whatever the fuck, Carson, said that in order to effectively teach children consent at an early age, we need to ask consent to change a baby's nappy. No joke. Here's part of the interview conducted by the ABC.
How young are some of the children you talk to?
We work from children from 3 years old. We work with parents from birth.
From birth?
Yeah. Just about how to set up a culture of consent in their homes. So, I'm going to change your nappy now. Is that okay? Of course, the baby's not going to respond, yes, Mum, that's awesome. I'd love to have my nappy changed. But if you leave a space and wait for body language and wait to make eye contact, then you're letting that child know that they're...
Now, I have a pretty cut and dry opinion in regards to this bullshit. This lady is one of the most retarded people I have ever met in my entire life. Right, and I once met a guy who gouged out his eyeball with a spoon. That being said, I do agree with her sort of on one point. I mean, if you're above the age of 40, I'm pretty sure you still need consent to change their nappy. That's definitely a thing you got to be doing. And now for some entertainment news. Kanye West has come up again, and this time it's not for interrupting someone during a music awards show. In a statement conducted by TMZ, the greatest news source on earth, totes legit bro, Kanye West said that if you were a slave for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Once the statement exited his lips, the news media around the world tried to garner as much outrage as possible towards the man. The funny thing is, slavery ended in the 19th century, and Kanye wasn't talking about slavery back in the day. Turns out he was talking about current day black folk who claim racism and slavery whenever they get the chance, and still think that slavery is a thing, even though it's not. My ending opinion on this is pretty quick though. Kanye for president 2020. And now for our final news story of the day. Some missing athletes from the Commonwealth Games have recently been found. From another journalist at the ABC, several African Commonwealth Games participants went missing up to the conclusion of the Games. Were they kidnapped? Did they get injured and go into a secret hospital no one knows about? Nope, none of those things. Apparently they hate their own home country so much they tried to stay in Australia illegally. They were caught staying in a cheap motel when they were caught on the last day of their visa that allowed them to stay in the country. They have since been deported back to their home nations, been filmed for an episode of Border Security, and won't be coming back anytime soon. And that is all from us today at StevoHQ. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and also share this video with your friends, and click that notification button too, because YouTube hates everyone today. My name is Stevo, and I'll see you guys next video.
Oh yeah, I love how Stevo's so fucking dumb, leaving his pizza right in the oven for me to eat some. Haha, stupid piece of shit. Oh man, I've been wanting to fucking get back at him for fucking ages now, and I'll finally get the opportunity, and it's gonna be glorious.
Dave, what the fuck are you doing?